Hello goblins, it's Chris, Eldritch Pipes. I feel like I've come out the other side of a dark tunnel. I've just finished making one of the most complicated pipes that I do, and I'll show you that in a moment. I'm going to do a tobacco review of KBV's Moriarty blend. I was going to do Byronic slices, but the Moriarty says enigmatic mixture on it, and I just had to go there first. So that's what I'm going to go with. It's going to be a kind of first impressions as well, but it's a really interesting description. But let's have a look at some pipes before we get into it. Chris Parry from the Black Swan Tobacconist has been doing a competition for pipe carving. I don't know if you've seen, a lot of tobacconists stock these pre-drilled pipe kits, and when you put up the post to say who's in, I thought it'd be really funny if I entered. So I did. I bought a pipe kit. I entered the competition. So I'll just show you what I carved. So this is from a pipe kit. Actually, the colours came out really nicely. I haven't stamped it. The stem it's not my stem. And the drilling is definitely not my drilling. It's off by a little way. But it's a 9mm, so it takes a filter. And I doubt the amount that it's off makes that much difference. I'm not sure what Chris is going to do with these. They might go up for auction, I think. Maybe donate it to charity, or I'm not quite sure what the fate of these is, but that's what you can do with a pipe kit. Let me show you the actual pipe I made. So it's a snail, but it's a resin fusion snail, which it really ups the complications on making this fellow. So you can see there he's a resin shell bonded onto briar, and this one actually features so this is how he sits, and some of the pearlescent resin is on the plateau as well as a kind of slime, which I thought was really nice. Sometimes you can get different colours out of these depending on the light that's hitting it. And sometimes it's a different quality of light. You're getting a lot of greens in there, but you get purples as well. There you go. Iridescent carnivorous snail. Wow. Very satisfying to make, but what a process. Let me just tuck him away to one side. All right. So, if you watched, I think it might even have been the last episode, I got a few blends from Ken, and this one is Moriarty enigmatic mixture. Now, I must read this bit, the description from the website. 3 distinct blackened varietals: Kentucky, Virginia, and Burley. I'll assume there that the Kentucky means a dark fired. It says lightly cased with a mix of traditional flavours and some condimental African varietals of Virginia. in a shag form. So it says that there's some of the blackened varietals meaning Latakia to some extent, but overall the mixture defies categorization, and if there were any doubt, the nose is just insane. I mean, it's like you reach for a word like dark and smoky and fruity nougat, slightly vanilla-ish. But it all kind of like comes together in a way that it really is very hard to put your finger on. So I'm already packed. Let's see what we get. Well, that was satisfying. I mean, it's not as mad on the palate as it is in the nose. It's really smooth. It's that bit of smokiness that you can detect in the bag. At the moment, I can't detect it in the smoke, but that might be because Latakia always smells stronger than it tastes for a start. So it might be that the actual amount in the blend is really low. It's actually a little bit reminiscent of some Byron blends. If I recall the name that I'm thinking of, I'll let you know. But the kind of fruity vanilla, that kind of like plays on top of the tobacco. I thought the dark vibe was going to punch through as well, and that's very subdued. It's really I think this might be designed for a long smoke, if you know what I mean, where the topping comes at you first, and then slowly the dark fired and the latakia build. And whatever that African varietal is, maybe that's the element I can't quite nail down. Wow, it burns really well. Smokes really nicely. Super cool. With like no heat. That's interesting. There is a kind of a slight saltiness. I wonder what that is. Just as I thought, it was getting a little bit samey. A kind of salty element started to come through. Wow, really interesting. You're right, I don't know where to put this. Even on a crossover blend, we normally think of an English blend, sort of a Latakia prominent blend with a topping involved, so you have that sort of sweet and smoky. This isn't even that. If anything, I would say it's sweet and dark. A dark fired. The dark fired is now coming through, but it's kind of, its character is changed by the topping. Actually, in some ways, that can be quite nice because the dark fired can get bitter, and so kind of a natural balance to that would be to add some sweetness. And that sweetness does keep chugging along, which is really quite pleasant. It's definitely darkening down now. I had a feeling it was going to go that way. I think what's so appealing about this one is just how easily it's smoked. I barely had to touch this one at all, and just going like a freight train. Mm. I'm going to have to take a little time to think about this one. Not all on video, obviously, but I'm trying to think where it would go in my... Currently I'm finding that in the mornings I'm really liking going for straight Virginias or Vapors. If I'm smoking in the evening, I want to go for the Latakias. Very nice. Very nice. I don't know what you make of that, but I like it. Right, very good. So that's my review. That's my meandering review. of Moriarty. A very unique, curious, lovely little blend. Alright. I'm not sure what I'm back with next. Probably another tobacco review, as is my wont, or show you some new pipes. Pipes are coming, like nobody's business at the moment. Got another resin pipe on the go, and a few other little things brewing. So take it easy. I'll see you soon. Ta-da.